Today, we're diving straight into a visceral, pretty hardcore wake up call about why most people fail in life. If you've ever felt stuck, or if you're constantly waiting around for that magical burst of motivation, well, this breakdown is going to be incredibly eye opening for you. Let's just get right into it.
I want you to really look at your own life right now. Seriously, let's be honest for a second. Are you exactly where you want to be, or are you kind of stuck? Are you making excuses, telling yourself that you're just waiting for the quote unquote perfect time to start? Basically, have you been waiting for tomorrow? It's absolutely fascinating how this material completely reframes our understanding of failure. Most of us just naturally assume we aren't succeeding because we lack innate talent, or maybe we didn't get the right opportunities. But the reality we uncover here is totally different. Failure isn't born from a lack of talent. It is purely, fundamentally, born from a lack of discipline. That brings us to section 1, the illusion of motivation, discipline over emotion. There is this massive, completely false belief out there that successful people just wake up feeling super inspired every single day. Spoiler alert, they don't. And this perfectly illustrates the actual divide between winning and losing. On one side, you have weakness, right? Searching for shortcuts, mindlessly scrolling on your phone, constantly saying, I'm just not in the mood today. But on the other side, you have strength. The winners take action even when they have absolutely zero motivation. They do what is required, not what's easy. Because the ultimate recurring warning here is so brutally simple. Tomorrow never comes. Literally. If you spend your entire life relying on being in the exact right mood to get to work, you are going to stay weak forever. The cycle of excuses only ends when you stop waiting. Moving on to section 2, the mindset of champions. Let's look at some proof from the greats. So, how did these top tier performers actually operate? Well, just listen to this intense quote from Mike Tyson. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. I mean, wow. Tyson's mindset proves that doing what's easy, that's for the weak. True discipline is about doing the absolute hardest things right when every single fiber of your brain is screaming at you to just quit. And then, of course, we look at David Goggins. He didn't run for hours and hours every day because he just loved the physical act of running. No way. He did it because he utterly refused to be weak. He essentially calluses his mind, actively training himself to love the pain so that suffering completely loses its control over him. It's wild, but it works. And this leads us to a crucial point, what Goggins refers to as removing the governor. Basically, his rule is this: when your mind tells you that you're totally exhausted and you absolutely have to stop, you're actually only at about 40% capacity. So what do? You push past it. No debate, no negotiations. Your feelings simply do not matter in that exact moment. You just do the work anyway. And we see this exact same philosophy build with other legends too. Take Kobe Bryant and his legendary 4 a.m. wake-ups. He didn't drag himself out of bed in the pitch black because he felt super inspired. He did it because he knew that level of unrelenting discipline would make him completely unstoppable on the court. Or look at Jocko Willink. The guy is famous for posting pictures of his watch at 4:30 in the morning. And he doesn't do this to search for motivation or to get hyped up by his followers. He does it to prove that discipline isn't just some isolated one-off event. It is a fundamental way of life. And hey, we can find historical proof of this mindset too. It's not just modern stuff. Consider the ancient samurai. These warriors trained daily, and not just when a battle was coming up. They trained because they understood a really harsh reality. Weakness literally meant death. For them, discipline was survival. They built these intense routines and a mental toughness that forced them to act, regardless of how tired they felt that morning. Obviously, it's a drastic context, but the psychological principle, it's exactly the same for us today. All right, section 3, the blueprint. Here are 5 steps to toughness. So we've covered the hardcore philosophy, right? Now let's shift gears to an actionable, no-nonsense framework that you can literally start today. Ready? Step 1, remove the option of quitting. If you give yourself a choice, your weak side is going to win. Step 2, start small, but be incredibly consistent. Step 3, stop relying on your feelings, act regardless of your mood. Step 4, embrace discomfort. When it gets hard, that is actually your cue to push harder. And finally, step 5, track your progress and hold yourself strictly accountable. I actually want to zero in on step 2 for a second because it's so important. Start small. You truly do not have to go from 0 to 100 overnight. It can be as simple as waking up at the exact same time every day,
or just exercising for 10 minutes, or simply reading a book instead of endlessly scrolling on your phone. See, creating these small, disciplined habits generates the momentum you need to finally stop relying on your feelings. Which brings us to our final part. Section 4, the ultimatum, your ultimate choice.
Okay, let's slow down for a second. This all brings us to a really stark binary choice. There is no middle ground here. You can choose to stay weak, keep waiting for motivation, keep making excuses, and just watch other people succeed while you stay exactly where you are. Or you can choose to become disciplined. You can take control of your life and do what needs to be done. Ultimately, you are either choosing failure or you are choosing discipline. So, based on everything we've uncovered in this explainer, I've got a direct challenge for you. Pick one hard thing right now. Seriously, before this day ends, do one thing to prove you're not weak. Set your alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow and absolutely do not hit snooze. Jump in a freezing cold shower. Go for a run, even if you absolutely hate running. Or just sit down and work in complete silence. Pick one and just do it.
As we wrap things up today, I want to leave you with this lingering, hard-hitting question. And remember, the clock is ticking. Who will you be? Are you going to be the person who makes excuses or the person who takes action? Discipline is not a one-time event, guys. It is a daily choice. So what's your choice going to be today?